Hi, I'm Denise Medved, and I'm the founder and creator of the Ageless Grace Brain Health Fitness Program. And this really is a message for anyone who's interested in brain health, but who's also an Ageless Grace educator or a trainer or one of the many people on our website or on our Facebook pages that we have out there. And I'm excited to introduce something to you that I've done myself personally, and someone who's responsible for that. This is Dr. Sarah McKay, who is the founder and director of the Neuroscience Academy based in Sydney, Australia. And she has a remarkable course that I feel is really beneficial to anyone who's working with an aging population, who's working with anyone with diagnoses such as Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and there's so much, unfortunately, of those neurological challenges these days. And I feel like this is a really important program that could help anyone who's teaching or working with those types of populations. So I want to introduce Dr. Sarah McKay and have her tell you a little bit about herself and a little bit about the Neuroscience Academy. It's a course that you can take online and with live webinars and coaching from her and handouts, and it's been very valuable to me in what I do.
Oh, thanks so much, Denise. Denise is one of my star students, so thank you so much for inviting me to talk to your wonderful community. So my name's Sarah. I live in Sydney in Australia, and I worked as a neuroscientist after my PhD for about 5 or 6 years in the lab, and then about 9 years ago now, I bravely hung up my lab coat and I put down my pipette. I decided to run my own business as a science communicator, specialising in talking about all things mind, brain and neuroscience. And over the past few years, I've just seen this really growing thirst and interest worldwide for more and more information about neuroscience and what it can tell us about so many things. Many of the things you've talked about, Denise: problems with mental health, problems with our aging brain, things that are really quite commonly spoken about nowadays, like mindfulness, or perhaps gut-brain health, or the role of exercise or food or sleep, and how we can take care of our minds and our bodies. And so a couple of years ago now, I decided to pull together all of the expertise that I'd gathered over a number of years and put that together into an online professional development program that I will be launching. I think maybe by the time people are watching this video, enrollments will be open. So if you head to www.theneuroacademy.com, and Denise will be providing a link below this video, you will be able to get the full story of how the program runs. But if I could simplify it down as much as I can, I believe that those of us who talk about brain health, who talk about the mind, and who want to start integrating neuroscience and talking about neuroscience in the work we do, we realise how powerful and influential some of those messages can be. And because of that persuasive power of neuroscience these days, I believe we've got a really deep responsibility to be talking about it simply and accurately and clearly, because we do want to be sending people down the right path when we're talking about these things. And essentially that's one of the core principles that I've built this program on. So I'll talk very briefly how it works. It runs over 9 weeks. We have 4 weeks of lessons, a week in the middle, which is a consolidation week, and then another 4 weeks of lessons. When you sign up, all of the video lessons are available online. Now, there are 8 modules. We cover 1 module per week, and within each module, there are 1, 2, or 3 lessons. Now, these lessons start off looking at the basics of neuroanatomy, neurophysiology. How can we consider the role of our brain within a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy world? We talk about aspects of neuroplasticity. We cover that off, and that'll be of great interest to you and your Ageless Grace trainers, Denise. We talk about cognition and feeling and how intimately entwined our thoughts and our feelings are. We talk about the aging brain. We talk about mind-body connection and how integral our mind and our nervous system are to our whole body health. And then I cover off various aspects of health. The number 1 of them is sleep. Number 2 is exercise. Number 3 is nutrition. And Denise, you've heard me say many times, the best exercise we can do for our brain is physical exercise. And that is one of my core teachings.
Right.
We cover off other aspects of health, such as stress, finding our place of calm, social connection, cognitive challenge. So each week you'll have 1, 2 or 3 lessons to watch, and at the end of every week we have a live interactive question and answer webinar session where I'm sitting here on the computer like you're seeing me now, and I answer all of your questions that have come up during the lessons that week. And it's a great chance for our community to come together. We've got about 240 people have gone through the program now, and they are the most wise, wonderful collection of people, all lifelong learners, very passionate people that come from lots of different fields, but with this great desire to learn how to use neuroscience wisely. And at the end of the program, I offer the chance, the end of the 8 weeks, I offer the chance to sit a quiz. And I don't think I've had anyone yet fail. We have a very high pass rate, and then I offer a certificate of completion. And many people go on to use the certification to apply for professional development points within whatever industry they're in. So I'm as I say, I'm open for enrolment between the 19th of September and the 29th of September 2016, and classes begin on October the 3rd. So I'm warmly welcoming anyone who's passionate about the brain, is a lifelong learner, and wants to learn in a community of really great people like Denise to come and join us.
Well, again, I personally took the course. I was in the first course that you offered, and I have used it so much. It's been so helpful to me. It's been so supportive and validating to what I do. I not only learned new things, I learned more about what I did know, and supported my passion and my belief in how I deliver and work with people who, in my particular field, are concerned about lifelong brain health and what can they do about it, if there's anything they can do about it. And so it's been very helpful to me. So to all of the people who teach fitness, for example, which Ageless Grace educators and trainers do, but any kind of mind-body fitness in particular, but also personal trainers, yoga, Pilates, people who are working with others. We all know that one of the biggest concerns on our planet today is losing brain function as we age. It used to be heart disease and cancer, and now brain health is considered to be the #1 health concern. So I highly recommend it to anyone who's working in any health field, whether it's mental health, physical health, emotional health, well-being, whatever, that this course can really give you a wonderful foundation to understand how the brain and body work, and what role it plays in our future lives as we go on from here. So also, I didn't mention this before, but it's my own mother had Alzheimer's, and so it's been of a huge interest to me because she was brilliant. She studied all the time. She took courses. She read books. She read 2 books a week, 3 books a week sometimes, her whole life. She did Sudoku and crossword puzzles in the London Times, and she still had Alzheimer's. And so it triggered something in my own brain that said, why could this be? And of course, I've learned a lot about why this could be in the Neuroscience Academy. So, and also people might be interested in doing this just for their own personal growth and well-being, because it is such a great concern, brain health. I think you don't have to be in the brain health field to benefit from this course and have a better understanding of all the things that you can do for your own brain health. And I also want to mention, Sarah, tell them about your blog.
Oh, well, if they want to learn a little bit more about me and how I communicate, perhaps they're a little bit like, oh my goodness, can I do a course in neuroscience taught by a neuroscientist? Well, if they head over to my blog is yourbrainhealth.com.au. They'll be able to see how I write. They'll be able to feel I get to know me a bit better and my style. A really important part of me putting together this program, this course, is me being accessible, breaking all of the complex neuroscience down and making it simple and understandable is one thing, but being available for my students, letting them be able to pick my brain and being being, not someone who's just put the program together, but is there and is an integral part of that is so important to me. So I hope people don't feel, if they feel it's a subject that perhaps they aren't capable of tackling, perhaps have a look around my blog, watch my TED talk, get a little bit of a sense of my teaching style, and hopefully people might be interested for their own health and well-being too. And I guess I should say, for those who don't know about the wonderful work that Denise does, Denise is also a brand newly minted TEDx speaker. And Denise's Ageless Grace program, I think, is just incredibly creative and innovative and pulls together so many of the ideas that I teach in my program. And I just think that the work that you do, Denise, as well, teaching people to spread the word about brain health, using exercise, using movement, using mind-body connection as well is fantastic. So people should also check out the work you do too, just while we're having a little bit of mutual admiration here.
Yeah, exactly. It's very beneficial for anyone who wants to know about either their own brain health, the brain health of a loved one, or who wants to share in some way to help others. And Ageless Grace is a program. We have people teaching Ageless Grace who are as young as 17 years old and as old as 87, almost 88. So anyone can teach the program too. It's based on some wonderful scientific research and facts, and yet the presentation of it is very simple and easy so that anyone can do it. And that's what I like about Sarah's program too. What she mentioned earlier is, it isn't so. She's taking a complex subject and making it accessible to everyone, not only making herself accessible, but making the subject accessible. So I would say that too. If any of you are thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could take a course in neuroscience, you can. You absolutely can. It's very clear. It's very, very simply presented. And you can tell right now that, like she said, this is a mutual admiration society. We respect each other's work and the integrity of the programs a lot. So my website is agelessgrace.com. And tell them your website again, Sarah.
Sign up for the course is theneuroacademy.com.
Excellent. And don't forget to look up Sarah's blog. We have a blog too that you can access through our website. So I hope to see some of you because, I want to remember to say this. Once you've taken the neuroscience course, you can continue to join in on the webinars. You're on the Facebook page that's private for people who are taking the Neuroscience Academy course, and you still have access to Dr. Sarah. And so I'm going to be there on the course this fall with you every chance I get, for the third time. And so that's a really nice thing too. If there's something you felt like you couldn't complete or you didn't completely understand or didn't have the time to complete, then once you've taken it, you can keep going back. And she does update the course. You do add some new things in and some new videos and things each time also. So.
Yeah, lifetime access and it's really just a great community. That's one of the great things about it is all of the amazing people in there like Denise and plenty of Ageless Grace instructors and some amazing people. Gosh.
There are amazing people. I've made some wonderful contacts that we've met through Facebook and two of us even met, or three of us actually, even met in a pub in Dublin. So you just never know where you're going to meet a sister or fellow Neuroscience Academy graduate. So thank you all for listening and pass this on. Share it with other people if you have friends who might be interested in brain health and neuroscience. Thanks a lot for listening.
Bye. Bye.